What's up everyone, I'm back to y'all with another video. Now for this video of my Liam Neeson movie collection. Now since his newest film called The Ice Road is coming out on Netflix, I decided why not do a video of my Liam Neeson movie collection. Now I'm actually a massive Liam Neeson fan, and I cannot wait for his newest film because I just love pretty much all of his movies, or at least almost all of his movies. So yeah, now let's begin. First up, we have The Marksman. Now, I recently bought this, but I watched it once in the theaters, and I'm thinking about watching this movie again later. This movie is great. This is one of his best movies. It's also one of his best acting performances. Liam Neeson is definitely a great action star. And to be honest, he's probably my top 5 favorite acting stars of all time. So yeah, in my top 5. But yeah, The Marksman, damn good movie. Next up, we have The A-Team. Now, I didn't know there was people that didn't like this movie. I've seen some people didn't like this movie, and I'm confused because I actually enjoyed this movie. You have Patrick Wilson that's playing the villain in this movie. By the end of it, you find out he's the villain. So yeah, and this movie does have some great action scenes. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. So yeah, The A-Team. Next up, we have Honest Thief. Now this movie's okay. I didn't love it. I thought it was like, man, I was like, man, it's decent. It's a decent movie. It's just one of his best. Next up, we have A Million Ways to Die in the West. Now, Liam Neeson plays a great villain in this movie. This movie's a western, and a western comedy, and you have Charlize Theron in it and stuff like that, and it's hilarious. This movie's hilarious, and Liam Neeson definitely plays a great villain in this film. So yeah, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Next up, we have the movie called Unknown. Now this movie has great action, a great story. I freaking love this movie. Yeah, there's not much I can say. I just love the hell out of this movie. Unknown is definitely a great movie. So yeah, Unknown. Next up, we have Cold Pursuit. Now this movie's okay. It had some great action scenes for the first half of the movie, and then the second half it went downhill from there. But it's still a watchable film. So yeah. Cold Pursuit. Next up, we have The Grey. Now this movie is a horror film. And I think this is the only horror film that Liam Neeson has ever done. But yeah, this movie is a horror film, and this movie is actually a pretty damn good movie. Is it perfect? No. But it's definitely a fun watch. So yeah, The Grey. Next up is probably, in my opinion, Liam Neeson's weakest movie, and that is Non-Stop. In my opinion, this is by far Liam Neeson's weakest movie. Some people might not agree and say that Taken 3 is, I thought that movie was underrated, Taken 3. I actually enjoyed that movie. But Non-Stop is probably, in my opinion, his worst movie. So yeah. Next up, we have The Commuter. Now, once again, you have Patrick Wilson playing the villain again. Now, this movie has some awesome action sequences that I absolutely love. This movie is a very fun and enjoyable and an entertaining film. This movie has action pretty much from start to finish. It has a great story. I love this movie a lot. So yeah, The Commuter. Next up, we have Taken. The first movie that I've ever seen, like the first Liam Neeson movie I've ever watched. Now this movie kind of changed action cinema in a way, because after this movie, there's a bunch of movies that try to be as good as this movie, like about a story about these cartels taking, these people taking his daughter, and he's trying to save her, and all this stuff. Like people try to kidnap his daughter, and he tries to save her, and then a lot of other movies try to do the same thing. So yeah, Taken kind of made its own subgenre in action. So yeah, Taken, and I think this movie is what kick-started his career to make him one of the biggest action stars. Next up is Taken 2, which is my personal favorite out of the Taken trilogy. And I know some people don't even like this movie, which I can never understand why, because I love the action. I love the story. And this movie actually has more action than even the first movie, which is, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, Taken 2 is definitely my favorite out of the Taken trilogy. I love this movie a lot. So yeah, Taken 2. Next up, we have Taken 3. Now, this movie has awesome action. It's probably the weakest out of the Taken trilogy, in my opinion, but it's not as bad as what people made it out to be, because this movie is a fun and an entertaining film, in my opinion. The action is great, but it's the weakest out of the Taken trilogy. So yeah, Taken 3. Next up, we have Run All Night. Now, this movie I thought was okay. The action is great in this movie. This movie is not one I would rewatch over and over and over again, but it's okay. I think I've seen this movie like 4 times at the most. But yeah, it's a decent enough movie. It's an easy watch. So yeah, Run All Night. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know when new videos uploaded. Now, let me know in the comments below, like, what's your favorite Liam Neeson movie? So yeah, I guess for this video, I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I am out. Peace.